Good one on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings.
Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
Oh, good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Steelers. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Kevo now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. First play and a first pass for Cousins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Now Pickett.
This will be caught just inside the 10.
And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Harris is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Here's Pickett.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Najee Harris.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Steelers 14, Vikings nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins.
Open man is Osborne. He's got it.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there. But they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing. Cousins. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, Cook.
He's got room at the 30.
Touchdown, Vikings! They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 out the gate early.
What? 88 out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Vikings 7.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up the 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now Pickett on 4th down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. They came through with a big-time pick six.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And
it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
So his struggle's just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Steelers' 33-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down. Cousins to throw it. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. And a guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and a lead now up to 14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 2nd and 10, Pickett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Cousins. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. Taking it right down Broadway. The 30. 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 60 yards.
And the Steelers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
Cousins now to throw on first down.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
2nd and 6.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
21.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to the 28-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Back to the ground, Cook. A solid stiff arm. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 68 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Following a good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throwing partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Out to his left. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Cousins.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. They've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
And now here's another interception.
It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ins as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Cook is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come and have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He's at the 40. The 20.
And they finally got to him at the 2-yard line. Almost coast to coast. What a great return. They'll be set up beautifully.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. Taken down at the 42.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Cousins. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Slant pass complete, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And here's Ryan Wright now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles,
and that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it, and the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partners. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle. He's having a big game running the football, but that will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
On second down, it's Cook again. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that. So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Joseph's got it, and that will extend their lead even further. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
Take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result could be something you don't like.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
That's a gain of 5.
So the final seconds have ticked away.